Hey guys, Nate here with Reach 3D Printers. I'm about ready to start a print. I got the SD card loaded in here. So you just pop it into the screen and it resets itself. Push down on the button. Got a print from SD. I'm printing the ramps. It auto levels. It's already heated up, so I shouldn't have any issues there. It should almost start immediately. This is already preheated to 205. It's at a 45 millimeters per second print speed. So right now it was just sampling the bed, checking for height, and then it created an imaginary plane. It brings up, heats up, but since it's heated, it should start immediately. So now it's going to start the print. It'll leave a few little pieces of material off the bat, but should be okay. So this is a ramps holder to finish upgrading my printer farm, and it should be about a 2.5 hour print. It's pretty good sized, but it's only at 0.2 millimeter layer heights. Typically the first layer is done. If you notice over here, it says 0.3 right by my finger. That is the Z height. So the first layer is done a little thicker just to ensure that it sticks pretty well. It does some perimeters and then it will go in and do some infill. A few of the little circles didn't quite stick, but once it starts laying down a solid plate, they should start to grab. There comes the bottom surface. And I'm sure you guys don't want to watch the whole thing in real time, but I plan on turning the speed up here from 100% feed rate. I'll probably turn it up to like 150, and that should print it in maybe an hour and 50 minutes or an hour and 30 minutes. And that will probably be around 60 millimeters a second, maybe a little faster. So you guys will be able to see some results of some faster printing speeds and thicker layer heights. Most stuff I don't really print in 0.1 millimeters because it's time consuming, unless I'm trying to get really clean prints. But when it comes to like parts and stuff like that, you don't really need that kind of precision. You know, a millimeter isn't very thick, so 0.2 millimeter layers, that's like 5 layers per millimeter. So it's pretty accurate even at 0.2. Anyways, I'll go ahead and do a time lapse so you guys can enjoy, and I'll catch you at the end. Hi guys, we're back. This is going to be kind of some close-ups while it's printing. I felt like I needed to show some more live action and show you some details. So we've got some perimeters it's building, and the infill I believe is maybe 30% infill. That's the zigzag it's doing right now. There's a couple strands kind of hanging across there, but those are really thin. It's just ooze. You can see the hole that it's creating. That's for an M5 bolt. So it does holes really well, and it does overhangs pretty darn well. I think this is at around 60 millimeters a second. Something like that. 1,000. Yeah, that was about 60 millimeters across in about 1 second. Anyways, hopefully it'll come out really well, and you guys will, yep, 150% on the frame rate, feed rate, I'm sorry, would be 150 times 40 millimeters a second. back to some more time lapse. Alright, we're back. One more little glimpse. As it moves higher and higher and there is less to print per layer, it kind of speeds up a little bit, and we just finished. So it's pulling up out of there. It returns to 180 millimeters in height, the nozzle, and goes back to like 10. So anyways, this is the sidewall. There it goes. Got a nice crisp view there. Interior. Again, this is just a ramps holder. So it's not really necessary for it to be pristine edged quality. Some strings, but those things can just be popped off with your fingernail, or take a little knife and just kind of snap them loose. You can see the recesses, those two squares, because there's some solder points on the ramps boards that drop deep. So I wanted to keep as much clearance as possible. The two top holes are for terminals, so that you can power the ramp or power accessories with the 12-volt supply. And that is another mounting point for another M5 bolt. And that's pretty much it. You can see a little texture on the surface. The texture really shows on black, but they're actually quite smooth. Walls are nice and accurate on the edges. But well, that's pretty much it. It's I think that was a little over 2 hours. I was a little bit delayed on increasing the speed to 150%. So about half of it was printed at 45 millimeters a second. The other half was printed at 60. The hole came out pretty clean. Good bridging across the top. Alright. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was a little lengthy with me talking, but here's all the parts. And if you guys have any questions, just feel free to comment. Thanks.